Margaret Theut was a retired General Motors secretary who lived for years in a neighborhood 2 blocks from sprawling Rouge Park. Her next-door neighbor would sometimes leave her 2 kids, Teresa Alvarez and her older brother Jesus, in Margaret's care. When the neighbor died of breast cancer, the maternal grandparents were awarded custody. Things never really were stable with them. They'd get an apartment and lose it and end up living in the park again. Teresa and her brother, whom Margaret frequently babysat, came from an unstable home and were adopted separately. Teresa by her great-aunt, and her brother by Margaret. Margaret Theut and Jenkins lived 5 blocks from each other. They adopted the kids in 1996. Margaret had problems with her adopted son. He went to prison on a larceny conviction. Teresa Alvarez graduated from high school and became a manager at a Taco Bell. But Teresa Alvarez was convicted in 2011 of embezzling nearly $2,000 from the restaurant and was given 18 months of probation. While on probation, Teresa came up with the plan to kill Margaret and clean out her bank account. 71-year-old Margaret Theut disappeared in November 2011. She had been missing for a week when her neighbors feared she has been killed. Her car was located, but there was no sign of her. One of elderly woman's neighbor was the one who first realized something wasn't quite right. She couldn't get a hold of her dear friend and neighbor who lived on Patton Street in Detroit. She got suspicious and started to get other neighbors involved. There were a few red flags that made neighbors think something was wrong. First, Margaret's gate was unlocked and wide open and the car was gone. Also, she didn't show up for a planned lunch date that Monday. The TV was on. Neighbors walked over to her house. Knocked on the window, knocked on the door but got no answer. Dog was in the house all by itself. She never left her dog alone in the house. Friends then started taking care of her house and her dog because Margaret didn't have any blood relatives. Friends and neighbors then reported her disappearance to police. A few days later, one of Margaret's friends located her car 8 blocks away in the possession of Teresa's boyfriend. Her immediate thought was foul play. Police impounded the vehicle and investigated. Neighbors then started suspecting the worst. Margaret was reported missing in November 2011, but there were no breaks in the case until May 2012, when a woman hunting for mushrooms found her decomposed body in a wooded area near Rouge River. The woman stumbled upon what appeared to be human bones wrapped in a bathrobe and blankets. Dental records showed the remains belonged to 71-year-old Margaret Theut. Authorities say Teresa Alvarez killed Margaret 17 years after she rescued the then 8-year-old girl and her brother from homelessness. Authorities say the killing was part of a plan to steal thousands of dollars Margaret had saved to donate to charity. Teresa dumped Margaret's body on the outskirts of the same park where as a child, she once huddled with her brother and grandparents. According to police, Teresa had planned the killing for weeks. Teresa told her friends that Margaret killed herself by overdosing on pills. Then she got dressed up and told everyone she was going to the fake funeral. Teresa Alvarez was arrested in May 2012. She was sentenced to life in prison without parole on December 2013.